In today's Realty Rant, the topic is insurance. How much do you need and how do you avoid paying too much? Back with me today is Victoria McGuire from Cooperative Real Estate, along with Miranda Clay from Brightway Insurance. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Good to see you.
You too. I love when you come on because we talk about topics that affect everybody out there, and insurance may not be the most glamorous, but it could be the most important.
Right, and it's a huge portion of your monthly payment. When you're looking at your payment, as most people know, principal, insurance, taxes, principal, interest, insurance, and taxes, PITI. I think I said that a little messed up. But anyway, that is a huge chunk of your payment every month, and sometimes when you don't get affordable insurance, it can make the overall payment unaffordable, and that's why we are so excited to introduce Miranda again and have her back with us to explain the ins and outs of finding the right policy with the right coverages at an affordable price.
I was going to say, Miranda, we are glad you are here. I just went through this myself, and truly, it's a little overwhelming because you're in the middle of a transaction, like if you're buying a house, and that's the time normally when people get their insurance, but you should shop around whenever your policy is up.
Yes, every year. We recommend you shop your policy around every single year. Your rates can change. Companies' rates go up and down all the time. At Brightway Insurance, I'm a broker, so I have every insurance company. I can shop your rates around through over 100 different carriers, so I can get you the best rates with really great coverage that you need.
And that's what's so wonderful about working with someone like yourself, Miranda. You've got a ton of things on your plate. You do the shopping around for people, right?
Yes, absolutely. We have over 100 of the top rated carriers in Florida. So I do all of the legwork for you. I'll present you with your top 3 lowest quotes, and you customize it to meet your needs.
And here's one thing that was surprising for me as I entered the home ownership world in Florida. I was expecting the big insurance companies to be the ones that advertise on TV. I expected those to be the ones, but in Florida, that's not the case because Florida's a little bit unusual.
Right. You don't see too many of those big names around here just because Florida is such a high-risk state, and a lot of times they price themselves out of the market. Isn't that right, Miranda?
Yeah, absolutely, which is why it's great to go through a brokerage like myself, where we can shop it around with companies that have been here. I have several companies that have been here and been through hurricanes that are just as reputable as the big named insurance companies that aren't necessarily writing or have priced themselves out of the market.
And there's so many questions about coverage in Florida. We're talking about the big companies who've priced themselves out. There's crazy things that happen here. How do you know what price point you should look at, how much coverage you need? Kind of talk about the ins and outs maybe to give people peace of mind.
Well, that's where you would need to trust your insurance agent. I do replacement cost estimates on a house, which we pull all the information in from Property Appraiser. We look at your flooring, what type of flooring you have, what type of roof you have, and we complete a replacement cost estimate. And that estimate is the main pricing point for your homeowner's insurance. So you want to make sure you're not overinsured or underinsured. We see it a lot of times, especially people that haven't shopped their rate around in a few years. A lot of times they're overinsured because your policy automatically has an inflation that goes up for replacement cost every year, even though the replacement cost may not have went up.
Wow. Okay, that's a really good reason to shop around in itself. And the other thing I want to make sure and ask you about, flood insurance. Say you don't need it. Do you just walk away and not worry about it? What's your advice?
Absolutely should have flood insurance in Florida.
Right.
All of Florida is a flood zone. It's just you're either a preferred flood zone or a non-preferred flood zone. So even if you're not required to have flood insurance, it's very affordable, where it can be anywhere from $150 a year to $350 a year. So we definitely would recommend that you have flood insurance, and a lot of home insurance companies give a multi-line discount, so you'll save money on the home insurance by having flood insurance, even if you're not in a exact flood zone where it's required.
Okay.
And another point with the flood insurance, I think a lot of people have another misconception about that. At least that's what I find in my interactions with consumers, is that they think that their policy without flood insurance might cover certain things that actually wouldn't be covered, like a water intrusion type of thing, you know, not necessarily from an actual flood, but there are situations where you need flood insurance that wasn't just because of a flood, is my understanding anyway. Is that correct?
Flood is a body of rising water that rises up into the house. So anything that happens within the house is actually not flood insurance. It has to come from the outside and rise up into the house.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say insurance can be intimidating, but with ladies like yourself, they'll help navigate. So thank you so much, as always. For more information on cooperative real estate, just give them a call, 813-909-0999, or just log on to realtyrant.com. Good stuff, ladies. Thank you so much for your time.